You're listening to Dublin's new Sunshine 106.8. Amanda Brunker here with you for the next 30 minutes or so. Well, if you've just tuned in, you've missed an awful lot of great guests. But as the saying goes, I've kept the best till last. Yes, and since Christmas is all about family and friends and neighbours, I thought, why not drag two of my most famous former Finglas neighbours into the studio to finish off the show. Guggi, Bono, it's been a first for all of us. Welcome to Sunshine Towers.
It will be a towering inferno shortly.
Yeah, we're all going to go down in flames.
There is Guggi setting fire to himself.
In the name of art.
Actually, we thought we would have Gavin Friday with us, your other neighbour from Cedarwood Road, but he is as sick as
He's a sick puppy.
Parrot.
He is the Grinch.
Here.
He's the Grinch.
So we're saying a big hello to him.
Get well soon.
In his sick bed, and if he is seen in it, he's later, there is trouble.
Guggi, how are you? How was your Christmas?
My Christmas was wonderful, I gotta say. You know, it was really incredible. I mean, the build up to Christmas was quite something.
Stressful?
Kind of the opposite to stress, but then when it hits home, it can hit you pretty hard. But my Christmas day was myself, Sibylla and the 5 boys, and I gotta say, it was pretty special.
Good stuff.
But as your wife is German, she doesn't lay anything on you like fish or stuff like that for the Christmas dinner, does she?
Well, thankfully not this Christmas actually, but we did when her parents were alive. We went to Germany, to Deutschland every second Christmas. The first time we went to their country house, and her dad cooked a very special meal, which was melted trout is the only way I could put it.
Lord.
But it was trout that had gone rather runny. As Monty Python once said, maybe a little bit runnier than you might like it. And all I wanted was my stuffed turkey and ham. But I got runny trout, and the company made up for it.
3 chords in the trout.
But in the German tradition, you celebrate on the 24th. So do you have to do, or do you just get 2 Christmases?
No, the runny trout was on the 24th. Sorry, I forgot to say that.
So there was nothing else to prepare for that. Bono, were you on the good or the naughty list this year? Did Santa come to your house?
Santa ran amok in our house. And he was very, 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 very bold, because not only did he drink that bottle of stout from the fireplace, he seemed to drink the whole house dry. I don't know what Santa was up to on Christmas Eve. It was very, very worrying.
But hopefully he left some nice surprises.
Not much.
Not much, no.
Not much, yeah. And it's hard to go out to the off licence on Christmas Day. I don't know if you've noticed that.
You see, you have to have a fella on speed dial.
I need to get Santa.
You need, there's a great fella in Clonskeagh. I'll probably get him into trouble now.
Thank you for writing. You'd give me that number later.
He's a great man for Jägermeister at about 3 a.m.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, bring it on.
I'll have to pass that on.
We've got something in common with Santa.
Frene Branca. Have you tried that?
No, is that?
That can sort out most situations.
Really?
Yeah, thinking about that for the Middle East, Bosnia, the north of Ireland. Frene Branca. It works in our house.
I notice you have not mentioned what we call a little slang name for the substance.
What's that?
Fanny Brunker. In reverse.
Actually, that is true.
In reverse, with an S on the end of Brunker.
Okay, I'm blushing now. I really am.
That is true, because when we're stuck, we call for Fanny Brunker.
Fanny Brunker. Right, okay. Well, moving swiftly on. I've been asking my other guests how their year has been. 2012. Guggi, has it been a good one for you?
It's been a good one for me, I think. I did 2 exhibitions in 2012. The first one earlier this year in Argentina, Buenos Aires, and then towards the end of the summer I did an exhibition in Monaco. Both an incredible experience, you know. South America is somewhere that really affects me when I go there, so to do an exhibition there was pretty special. And Monaco,
loads of rich people live there.
Loads of rich people.
Monaco,
you're going to sell a shitload there.
Well, Monaco was the icing on the cake.
Do you have an exhibition going at the moment?
No, I don't, but I'm going to
He's
open...
making an exhibition of himself, I think. It's fair
I've
to
been
say.
making an exhibition of myself for a very long time.
Well, you see,
But-
apparently you bumped into my mother-in-law on Christmas Eve and you invited her for a glass of wine. And
Oh, well, then what I would have invited her to would have been the opening of... I'm showing for the first time in 4 years in Ireland, in Dublin, in the Curlin Gallery next month.
right,
And that opens on the 25th
okay.
of January. So I guess that must have been what I invited your mother-in-law to.
She was quite happy to be able over Christmas dinner. She was there saying, "I saw a couple of friends of yours over Christmas," and apparently she bumped into you outside having a cigarette.
Well, as soon as she
And-
mentioned your name, she was welcome.
I don't think she did, to be honest, but it was like, "Would you like to have a glass of wine and come down and see my exhibition?" She was like, "Hello," as you do.
So, sorry,
you
are you
big
trying to
old
give?
flirt?
Are you trying to give the impression here that I would invite anybody to my opening?
Well, no, she's a very nice older lady.
Oh, well,
I
then
can-
that's why I
can-
would
can
invite.
see
She probably
why.
looked like she had a few quid, did she?
That must have been it.
That's it. Why do you think I married her son? Unfortunately, the reality isn't quite as true. But you know what? Such is life. And
don't
my
mind.
mother-in-law actually chased you down outside the Cliff House on
She is a
Christmas Eve.
dangerous woman.
Same woman.
She was same woman. She was busy out on Christmas Eve, so apparently she pushed her way forward in the. I think she saw you just on.
So
Stephen's
shyness, it runs across the family.
screen. It's on both sides. My children are going to be dynamite.
Very good.
So apparently she went up and she said she was the only one who went up to you and shook your hand and wished you happy Christmas.
Well, that was great. We were out on the street with Glenn Hansard and Sinead and
Declan
Mundy and Declan O'Rourke. It was actually just
Liam O'Wainley.
Liam O'Wainley. What a singer! What a gift! He sang at Crease on Shield later, brought me to tears later. We were having the after
Yeah.
busking drink, and you just realise just what an extraordinary talent we have in him. This is this is our greatest singer. And I say that with gritted teeth. But it was a great year for me. Actually, I think it was the best year we've ever had in our family because it was at home. I know that sounds a contradiction to what I'm about to tell you because I should have stayed at home. But actually, the family went off wandering because we could. And it wasn't working away, so we went on tour. We came back from tour. It was to thank my kids for being so patient on the last U2 tour. I took them on tour.
Which was how long were you on tour for? Because it seemed like forever.
It went on for years because I bust up my back and everything. It's all good now. But I wanted to thank them, so I took them. We went through Africa. We took them on a tour through Africa. We went into Central America. We ended up on the Machu Picchu Trail in Peru. That was amazing. And then at Easter, went to Jordan, went to Israel, went to Palestine. And these are for me, trips of a lifetime.
Big time.
So this was very, very special for us. And this year's been amazing. And we're writing songs with the band. So, I just don't want to be the same old. You have to get out and get lost. And
Well, basically, you have been back in studio just up until quite recently, haven't you?
yeah, we've been working in the studio, and they're really in fine fettle and form. It's amazing. No sense of entitlement in this band. I will tell you that they are mad for it, and they really want to make a record, and until they do, they don't care if it takes 10 years. They don't care if it never happens again. They've been calling it as a sort of within the band, been calling it 10 reasons to exist. But I will tell you, we might have 6 of them.
Right. I just can't understand how you can still be friends after all these years. All this time in studio, all this time on tour. I know you're almost like brothers in a way, but
Yeah. Well, friendship is, really important to us. Like music and friendship are sort of bound up in each other for us. And I learned a lot of my stuff about friendship from hanging out with Guggi. When I've been hanging out with this man since I was 3 years old, and he taught me at a very early age the meaning of friendship and what it was to share things. So when I was broke or you know, with early days of the band, I was never made to feel like I was broke. They shared all their dosh with me, whatever they had. Gavin too, my missus too. And so we just applied that sort of that philosophy to being in a band. So we always shared everything, and even now when I'm doing the vocals on this album, like Larry will turn up, Adam will turn up, Edge will turn up. Maybe they're just making sure I turn up, but they tell me they want to hear, you know, they want to be there. So they're very, very tight. They got a lot of attitude. There's something building in them, and
magical.
I think. Well, I don't know. We'll have to see. We have some tunes that are that you could hear through very thick walls. I'll put it to you that way.
Okay, we're going to have to take a short break. Stay with us. There'll be more from Bono and Guggi after this.